¿Qué pasa, YouTube? How's it going, everybody? Yeah, after like 5 days, finally got a Wi-Fi battle for you guys, and I actually found this battle. It's a little bit old. I had this at one of my previous streams, which I know I haven't done recently, but I am going to try to do those a bit more often. But if you guys would like to get battles with me, I do on occasion look for battles on Twitter, so my Twitter link is down in the description. Feel free to follow me. I'm also going to start doing some more giveaways. But yeah, this was just a really fun battle. I got a really fun team. The only real threat I saw on my opponent's team was going to be the Kingdra, just because if it does turn out to be like Rain Dance or Dragon Dance, it could definitely put a dent in my team, so I really have to watch out for that. But I'm going to be leading off with my Mega Absol, and I'm going to say this right now, I don't ever use Mega Absol correctly. Like, this is literally the third time this has happened. I lead off with Mega Absol thinking, oh, I'm a Mega Evolve and I'm gonna knock out my opponent's lead, and they live and they knock me out. I can't use Mega Absol right. Don't ever tell me to use a Mega Absol, because it would probably just die first turn. As I get knocked out by the Leaf Storm, I am not going to be able to get a free switch into my Emboar, and I really have no reason to over-predict, so I'm just going to go for the safe Wild Charge, predicting him to switch out into possibly his Togekiss, maybe thinking I would go for a fighting type move, but he actually switches into the Lantern, and I'm going to be able to catch him off guard with the Earthquake. I was also predicting the Kingdra, predicting me to Flare Blitz, but I'm able to knock out the Lantern as he brings in the Kingdra. I do not want to allow this thing to set up a Dragon Dance or a Rain Dance for free, so I'm just going to stay in and I'm going to go for the Wild Charge, as he surprises me and turns out to have the Draco Meteor. Luckily, I am able to live, and I'm going to be able to get off a pretty good amount of damage with the Wild Charge. I even live the recoil damage, and I'm going to catch him off guard with the Sucker Punch, allowing me to bring him down to the point where the Life Orb recoil will knock him out. So it is a double down, but Emboar did manage to get rid of two water types. So get on its level, Infernape and Blaziken, and got nothing on Emboar. Don't take me seriously. So it is a double down, and I'm going to bring in my Malamar as he brings in his Gardevoir, and Mega Gardevoir is faster than Malamar, even if it is modest or timid, if they are running full speed investment. And I forgot the speed of regular Gardevoir, so I'm just going to make the safe switch into my Aegislash, which should be able to take a Moonblast Shadow Ball combination, and in return get off a huge amount of damage with the Shadow Ball. As he does go for the Moonblast, that does way too much damage, and I'm thinking, okay, he's definitely offensive, so I'm just going to stay in, hoping that I can take a hit. I'm going to go for the Shadow Ball, then possibly try to knock him out with the Shadow Sink, but he doesn't want to take this hit, so he's going to make a switch into his Rotom. Now, he did get the special attack drop, which honestly does not end up mattering at all throughout this whole battle, or while Aegislash is in, because after this damage, I'm going to be able to bring the Rotom down to the point where a Shadow Sneak will definitely be able to knock him out. So my Aegislash just avenged my Absol, which didn't really get to do much, but it did get off prior damage on the Rotom. So he's going to end up switching into his Togekiss, which at first I found to be a bit odd, but I decided to just stay in, thinking that he might predict me to switch out, predicting the Thunder Wave, so I can stay in. As long as I don't get flinched, I can still get off a decent bit of damage with the Shadow Ball. Unfortunately for him, I do end up getting a crit, which I'm not entirely too sure how much it matters. You guys can be the judge of that. But this turn, I'm going to predict him to go for the Thunder Wave, and I'm going to bring in my Rotom. That way I can force him to switch out, and I can hopefully go for a Will-O-Wisp and try to burn whatever he's going to want to bring in. As he does go for the Air Slash, I easily take that, and as I said, I'm going to force him to switch out, because obviously he's not going to want to stay in and take a Volt Switch. But he makes a very ballsy and unnecessary play, in my opinion. He ends up bringing in his Breloom, obviously predicting me to go for the Volt Switch, or maybe even the Hydro Pump, but that was just way too risky, and I'm able to burn the Breloom, making it basically useless for the remainder of this battle, as I stay in thinking, oh, he's gonna go for the Spore. I can wake up with my Chesto Berry and then Volt Switch out of there. Just, that was really stupid of me, because now my Rotom is weakened, which means I'm not going to be able to burn that Togekiss, but I do still have my Mamoswine, so I guess it isn't too bad, although I really would have liked to have Rotom at a higher amount of HP. What I should have done was switch directly into my Aegislash, but yeah, that was just a stupid misprediction on my part. As I bring in my Malamar, I am Jolly Nature, and I am naturally faster than Breloom, so what I'm going to do is go for the Substitute, hoping that he would want to switch out, or if he did go for the Bullet Seed, he wouldn't break my Substitute, or he could have also gone for the Spore. So either way, Substitute was definitely my better play, as he actually switches out into the Gardevoir. It turns out that I'm faster than him, so I'm thinking maybe he's specially defensive or just a bulky offensive Gardevoir. But either way, even as I said, even if Gardevoir was modest max special, not max special attack, but max speed, it should still be faster than Jolly Malamar, but it doesn't really matter because I'm able to knock out Gardevoir, which is real great because that's one giant threat out of the way. And at this point, it looks like Malamar might actually be able to put in some work because I believe his last two Pokemon are the Togekiss and the Breloom. As he brings in the Breloom, I was actually not expecting this superpower to knock it out. What I wanted to do was be able to use his Breloom for set-off fodder, so I would go for this first superpower, and then he would live the burn recall, hopefully, and then I would knock him out with another one. But what I should have done was gone straight for the Psycho Cut, because if he did leave, he could have put me to sleep. But he does end up getting knocked out by the superpower. As he brings in the Togekiss, I'm going to predict him to go for the Thunder Wave, and I'm going to go for the substitute. But he reveals to me that he has the Dazzling Gleam, which sucks because now I'm not going to be able to set up substitutes as freely as I wanted to. But I am at +1 attack, so I'm thinking, alright, Psycho Cut won't exactly knock out this Togekiss, but it'll bring it down to a point where my Mamoswine will be able to knock it out. And I barely missed out on the kill on like maybe 10%, and he's able to knock me out with the Dazzling Gleam. I believe I looked away, and I'm just going to be able to bring on my Mamoswine and in return knock out the Togekiss with the Ice Shard. I went for the Ice Shard just because it's the safer move to do, and I didn't want for some reason to have him like outspeed me, knowing my luck that would happen, because I think I'm actually adamant. So if he was like timid or something, he would have outspeed me. But either way, as I said, it was just a really fun battle. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. A quick one, but if you did enjoy the battle, make sure to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to some more content. Also, if you missed any of my 2 previous uploads, those are playing on your screen right now. And for those of you who did watch my upload yesterday about the this is what happens when you play stall, a lot of you actually wanted me to do the PS Live with the stall team, so I decided I will probably do that for my next PS Live. If you guys don't want to watch it, then you don't have to. It's simple as that. But yeah, enough of me rambling. Enjoy the rest of your night and or day, and I am out of here. Later, everybody.